Welcome, beautiful souls. Today, let's open our hearts to a theme that transcends all time and space: the power and beauty of kindness. Kindness is not just something we do for others. It is an energy we radiate, a healing force that touches every part of our lives. Kindness, especially toward ourselves, can transform us from the inside out. Kindness is a profound and transformative force, but it must start from within. The act of being kind to ourselves is not only the foundation for how we engage with others, but also the root of our emotional and physical well-being. It is in the tender care we offer ourselves, in the quiet moments of acceptance, and in the conscious decision to replace self-criticism with love, that true kindness is born. Far too often we are our harshest critics. We hold ourselves to impossible standards, carrying the weight of judgments and self-doubt that we would never inflict on others. Think about how easily you forgive a friend for a mistake, how naturally you offer a reassuring word when someone else is struggling. Yet, when it comes to ourselves, we often respond with harshness and disappointment. The inner dialogue that runs through our minds can be filled with critical, even punishing thoughts. I should have done better, I'm not enough, I don't deserve happiness. These are the damaging beliefs that slowly erode our self-worth. But there is another way, and it begins with self-love. When we practice self-love, we learn to recognize that we are worthy of the same kindness, compassion, and understanding that we so easily give to others. Self-love is not about being selfish or self-centered. It is about acknowledging our inherent value and treating ourselves with respect and care. It means understanding that we, just like everyone else, deserve happiness, peace, and love. To cultivate kindness toward ourselves, we must first become aware of our internal conversations. The words we speak to ourselves hold immense power. Each thought, each sentence we tell ourselves shapes the way we see the world and the way we see ourselves. If you constantly think negatively about yourself, if you constantly criticize yourself, you reinforce those beliefs. Over time, they become deeply ingrained patterns of thought that influence every aspect of your life. But if you make the decision to be kind to yourself, if you choose to replace those negative thoughts with loving, affirming ones, you begin to transform the way you feel, think, and live. One of the most effective tools for nurturing self-love is the use of affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself, consciously choosing to create new patterns of thinking. When you affirm that you are worthy, that you are enough, that you are deserving of kindness, you plant seeds of love in your mind. Over time, these seeds grow into beliefs that support your well-being. Imagine waking up each morning and instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," you affirm, "I am worthy of love and kindness." This simple shift can have profound effects on how you experience life. Self-love also requires us to accept our imperfections. So many of us carry the belief that we need to be perfect in order to be deserving of love, both from others and from ourselves. We think that if we make mistakes, if we fail, then we are somehow unworthy. But this is an illusion. Perfection is not required for worthiness. In fact, it is through our imperfections, through our mistakes and our growth, that we learn the most important lessons of self-compassion. It's okay to not have it all figured out. It's okay to stumble and fall. What matters is how you treat yourself when those moments happen. Do you respond with cruelty or do you respond with kindness? Part of being kind to ourselves means allowing space for healing. Life can be challenging, and we all experience moments of pain, loss, and difficulty. Sometimes we carry emotional wounds that have been with us for years, wounds from childhood, from relationships, from experiences that left us feeling broken or unworthy. But kindness can be a balm for those wounds. When we allow ourselves to feel, when we allow ourselves to grieve or process our emotions without judgment, we create space for healing. Being kind to yourself means giving yourself permission to be human, to feel deeply, and to take the time you need to heal. Another aspect of self-love is learning to set boundaries. Many of us struggle with saying no, with creating the space we need to take care of ourselves because we fear disappointing others. But kindness toward ourselves means recognizing when we are stretched too thin and being okay with stepping back. It means knowing that it is not selfish to take care of your own needs. In fact, it is essential. You cannot pour from an empty cup. When you take time to nurture yourself, whether that's through rest, through activities that bring you joy, or simply by allowing yourself to be still, you replenish your energy. In doing so, you are better able to show up for others too. In the end, kindness begins with self-love because we can only give to others what we have cultivated within ourselves. When you treat yourself with love, compassion, and understanding, you begin to radiate that energy outward. You become a source of kindness for the world around you. It becomes easier to forgive, easier to offer grace, because you are no longer operating from a place of lack. You are full and from that fullness you can give freely. So today I invite you to practice being kind to yourself. Take a moment to notice the thoughts you are thinking. Are they kind? Are they loving? If not, gently shift them. Speak to yourself with the same compassion you would offer to a dear friend. Affirm your worthiness. Embrace your imperfections. Set healthy boundaries, and above all, remember that you deserve kindness, not just from others, but from the person who knows you best yourself. Kindness is an extraordinary force in human relationships. It holds the power to mend, strengthen, and nurture connections between people. At its core, kindness is not merely about politeness or niceties, it's about a deeper compassion, a genuine intention to understand and support others. When we bring kindness into our relationships, we create a space of safety and trust where growth, healing, and love can flourish. Relationships, whether with family, friends, or romantic partners, are often filled with challenges. Misunderstandings arise, disagreements occur, and emotions can run high. It is in these moments of tension that kindness becomes a balm that soothes and heals. When we choose kindness, especially in times of difficulty, we shift the dynamic from one of conflict to one of connection. Rather than reacting from a place of defensiveness or anger, kindness allows us to pause and consider the other person's perspective. It encourages us to respond with empathy, to soften our tone, and to seek solutions rather than victory. One of the most important ways kindness heals our relationships is by fostering open and honest communication. When people feel judged, criticized, or attacked, they often shut down or become defensive. This leads to walls being built between individuals, making it difficult to resolve issues or even understand each other. But kindness changes that. When you approach someone with kindness, you create a safe space where they feel heard and valued. It invites them to open up, to express their thoughts and feelings without fear of being dismissed or ridiculed. In this way, kindness paves the way for meaningful dialogue, allowing both people to express themselves and work through challenges together. Kindness also plays a crucial role in forgiveness, which is essential for healing and maintaining relationships. We all make mistakes. We all at times say or do things that hurt the people we care about, whether intentionally or unintentionally. Without kindness, it becomes difficult to move past these hurts. Holding on to resentment, grudges, or anger only serves to create distance and pain. But when we choose to be kind, we open ourselves up to forgiveness. Kindness helps us see beyond the hurtful action and remember the humanity of the other person. It allows us to recognize that everyone is flawed, everyone is learning, and everyone is worthy of compassion. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or condoning harmful behavior, but it does mean letting go of the need to punish or retaliate. It is a release, a freeing of both parties from the weight of unresolved conflict. When you offer forgiveness through the lens of kindness, you are not only healing the relationship, but you are also healing yourself. Holding on to anger can be toxic. It keeps you stuck in the pain of the past. By choosing kindness, by choosing to forgive, you give yourself the gift of peace. Kindness also cultivates patience, another essential element in relationships. Every person comes with their own history, their own wounds, and their own pace of growth. Sometimes this can lead to frustration when we expect someone to behave in a certain way or when they don't meet our expectations. But kindness teaches us to be patient with others, to recognize that everyone is on their own journey. Rather than rushing to judgment or becoming frustrated with someone's shortcomings, kindness encourages us to give them space and time to grow. It reminds us that we too are imperfect and that just as we need patience from others, we must offer it in return. In romantic relationships, kindness can transform even the most mundane moments into acts of love. Small gestures of kindness, like a thoughtful word, a gentle touch, or a simple act of service, remind your partner that they are valued and cared for. These little moments of kindness accumulate over time, building a foundation of trust and affection. They create a sense of safety, knowing that even when things are difficult, there is a well of kindness to draw from. And in those moments when misunderstandings or disagreements arise, kindness can be the guiding principle that brings you back to each other. Friendships, too, are strengthened by kindness. In a world that often moves too fast, where people are pulled in different directions by the demands of life, acts of kindness serve as reminders that someone cares. Whether it's checking in on a friend, offering support when they're going through a hard time, or simply being present to listen, these acts of kindness deepen the bonds of friendship. They create a sense of belonging, a feeling that no matter what happens, you have someone who is there for you, who sees you, and who values you. Kindness is also crucial in family relationships, which can sometimes be the most challenging to navigate. Families often carry deep emotional histories, and old wounds or patterns of behavior can be difficult to break. Yet kindness has the power to heal even the most entrenched family dynamics. When you choose to be kind to a family member, even when they are difficult or challenging, you break the cycle of negativity. You set the tone for a healthier relationship, one where love and understanding replace judgment and criticism. Kindness helps to dissolve the emotional barriers that keep family members distant or estranged. It creates a pathway for reconciliation, for bridging the gaps that years of misunderstanding or hurt may have created. Ultimately, kindness heals our relationships because it is rooted in love. It is a way of saying, I see you. I care about you. I honor your humanity. When we approach others with kindness, we honor the shared experience of being human. We recognize that, just like us, others have their struggles, their fears, their moments of doubt. And in that recognition, we find common ground. We find the strength to forgive, to be patient, to communicate, and to love. In a world that can sometimes feel divided and harsh, kindness is a radical act of healing. It brings people together, it fosters understanding, and it creates relationships that are not just strong, but resilient and filled with love. Kindness, when practiced consistently, becomes the glue that holds relationships together through thick and thin, through joy and sorrow. It is a gift we give to others, but also a gift we give to ourselves, as it nurtures and sustains the connections that make life meaningful. Kindness is a universal language that transcends differences, breaking down barriers of race, religion, culture, politics, and even personal histories. It has the power to connect us at the most fundamental human level, reminding us that beneath the surface of our differences, we are all connected by shared experiences, emotions, and needs. At its core, kindness is not about agreeing with others or seeing the world in the same way. It is about offering compassion and understanding despite those differences. Kindness is about acknowledging the humanity in every person, regardless of what sets us apart. In a world that often seems divided, with people increasingly polarized by their beliefs and identities, kindness offers a bridge. When we choose to respond to others with kindness rather than judgment, we open ourselves to the possibility of understanding them. We may not agree with their viewpoints, lifestyles, or choices, but we can still recognize their right to be heard, to exist, and to be treated with respect. Kindness creates a space where empathy can flourish, and empathy is the foundation of all meaningful human connections. One of the reasons kindness transcends differences is because it taps into our shared emotional experience. Regardless of our backgrounds, we all know what it feels like to love, to hurt, to want to belong, and to seek meaning in life. These are universal aspects of being human. When we express kindness, we appeal to this common humanity. It is a gesture that says, I see you as a person, not just as an embodiment of your beliefs or identity. In this way, kindness breaks down the walls that separate us, helping us see beyond the labels and categories that often define how we view others. This ability to transcend differences through kindness is especially important in moments of conflict. When we are confronted with someone who holds an opposing viewpoint or who comes from a background we do not understand, our instinct might be to argue, defend, or even reject their perspective. But kindness invites us to pause and listen. It allows us to approach the situation with an open heart rather than a closed mind. This doesn't mean we have to agree with everything or everyone, but it does mean we can engage in a way that promotes connection rather than division. By being kind, we acknowledge that every person's experience and viewpoint is valid, even if it is not the same as ours. In practice, kindness looks like taking the time to listen to someone's story, even if it challenges our own perspective. It's about asking questions rather than making assumptions, and being willing to see the world through someone else's eyes. In conversations about politics, religion, or any deeply held beliefs, kindness allows for respectful dialogue. Instead of trying to convince the other person to adopt our view, we can focus on understanding why they feel the way they do, what experiences have shaped their thinking, and how we can find common ground. This act of listening, rooted in kindness, can transform even the most difficult conversations. Another way kindness transcends differences is through its ability to create a sense of belonging. Many people feel isolated or excluded because of their differences, whether due to race, culture, gender identity, or beliefs. When we choose kindness, we signal to others that they belong, that they are valued as individuals, and that their differences do not make them any less worthy of respect. This simple act of kindness can have a profound impact on someone who feels marginalized. It tells them that they are seen, that they are not alone, and that their presence is appreciated. For example, think about a community where people come from diverse backgrounds, each with their own traditions and customs. Without kindness, these differences can easily become points of tension or misunderstanding. But when kindness is present, it creates a culture of inclusion. It allows people to celebrate each other's differences rather than fear them. A kind gesture, like inviting a neighbor to share in a cultural celebration or simply taking the time to learn about their traditions, can build bridges of connection. It fosters a sense of unity where diversity is seen not as something to be overcome, but as something to be embraced. In the workplace, kindness also transcends differences. With people from various cultural, professional, and personal backgrounds working together, it's easy for misunderstandings or conflicts to arise. However, when kindness is a guiding principle, it leads to a more inclusive and harmonious environment. A workplace where kindness is prioritized becomes one where people feel respected, where their contributions are valued, and where differences are seen as strengths. Colleagues are more willing to collaborate, support one another, and approach challenges with a sense of mutual respect. In such an environment, creativity and innovation thrive because people feel safe to express their unique perspectives without fear of judgment. Kindness also transcends differences at a global level. In times of crisis, whether natural disasters, pandemics, or humanitarian emergencies, people come together in acts of kindness that cross borders, languages, and cultures. In these moments, the differences that usually separate us fade into the background, and what remains is our shared humanity. Acts of kindness during such crises remind us that no matter where we come from, we are all vulnerable, we all experience suffering, and we all have the capacity to help one another. These moments show the true power of kindness to unite people in the face of adversity, demonstrating that compassion knows no boundaries. Ultimately, kindness transcends differences because it speaks to something fundamental within all of us, the need to be seen, heard, and valued. When we extend kindness to others, we affirm their humanity, regardless of the differences that may exist between us. We acknowledge that beneath the surface, we are all more alike than we are different. We all have the same basic desires for love, connection, and understanding. In this way, kindness becomes a force for unity, helping us move beyond the divisions that so often define our world. At its heart, kindness is a choice. It is a choice to see beyond the surface, to embrace others in their full humanity, and to act with compassion even when it is difficult. In making this choice, we create a world where differences are not a source of conflict, but a source of richness and beauty. We create a world where everyone, regardless of who they are or where they come from, can feel a sense of belonging. And in doing so, we help to build a more compassionate, connected, and harmonious world. Kindness and forgiveness are deeply intertwined, each reflecting the other in profound ways. When we practice kindness, we often find that forgiveness follows naturally. And when we choose to forgive, it is an act of deep kindness both to ourselves and to others. At its core, kindness is about compassion, understanding, and empathy, qualities that are essential for true forgiveness. Forgiveness, in turn, is a powerful expression of kindness, as it allows us to release the burdens of resentment, anger, and hurt that weigh down our hearts and prevent us from fully experiencing peace and connection. Forgiveness is one of the most difficult acts of kindness because it requires us to let go of the desire to punish or hold on to past wrongs. It's easy to be kind when things are going well, but when someone has hurt us, kindness often feels like the last thing we want to offer. Our natural reaction to pain is often to protect ourselves by building walls or by holding on to grudges, thinking that this will shield us from further harm. However, the act of holding on to anger and resentment often does more harm to us than it does to the person who hurt us. It keeps us trapped in the past, reliving the hurt over and over, and it prevents us from moving forward. Kindness, when paired with forgiveness, helps us to free ourselves from this cycle of pain. It is a mirror that reflects back to us the truth that forgiveness is not about excusing or condoning hurtful behavior. It is about releasing ourselves from the emotional weight of holding on to negative feelings. When we forgive someone, we are not saying that what they did was okay, but we are choosing to no longer allow their actions to control our emotions or our lives. Forgiveness is an act of kindness because it offers both the person who hurt us and ourselves the opportunity to heal and move forward. The relationship between kindness and forgiveness can be seen most clearly in how we treat ourselves. Just as we often find it difficult to forgive others, we also struggle to forgive ourselves. We carry guilt, shame, and regret over past mistakes or decisions that did not turn out as we had hoped. In these moments, it is kindness that can guide us towards self-forgiveness. To forgive ourselves, we must first be kind to ourselves, acknowledging that we are human and that making mistakes is part of the human experience. Kindness allows us to extend the same understanding and compassion to ourselves that we would offer to a friend or loved one in a similar situation. In this way, kindness becomes a mirror of forgiveness, showing us that we are worthy of love and grace, even when we fall short. When we speak to ourselves with kind words, reminding ourselves that we did the best we could at the time, we create the space for self-forgiveness. This self-forgiveness, in turn, helps us to let go of the guilt and shame that may have been holding us back, allowing us to move forward with greater peace and self-acceptance. Forgiveness of others also requires this same kind of compassionate understanding. When someone wrongs us, it's easy to view them only through the lens of that hurtful action, reducing them to the sum of their mistakes. However, kindness invites us to see the person in their entirety, recognizing that they too are human and flawed, just like us. Kindness does not mean ignoring the hurt they cause, but it does mean trying to understand their perspective, their motivations, and their own struggles. By doing so, we are able to cultivate empathy, which is the foundation of forgiveness. When we approach others with kindness, we recognize that people are often doing the best they can with the tools they have at the time. This does not mean excusing bad behavior, but it does mean understanding that hurt people often hurt others. When we view a situation through this lens, we begin to see that the person who hurt us may have been acting out of their own pain or ignorance. Kindness helps us to let go of the need for revenge or retribution and instead focus on healing, both for ourselves and for the other person. Another way that kindness mirrors forgiveness is in its ability to transform relationships. Holding on to resentment and anger creates a barrier between us and the people who have wronged us. It can lead to emotional distance, mistrust, and even the breakdown of relationships. But when we choose to forgive, we open the door to reconciliation and healing. Kindness in this context means being willing to offer a second chance to rebuild trust and to move forward together. It does not mean forgetting what happened or pretending that everything is fine, but it does mean making a conscious choice to focus on the possibility of repair rather than remaining stuck in the past. Forgiveness as an act of kindness is also a gift we give to ourselves. When we forgive, we release the heavy burden of anger, resentment, and pain that weighs on our hearts. These emotions can be toxic, affecting not only our mental and emotional well-being, but also our physical health. Studies have shown that chronic anger and stress can lead to a range of health problems, from high blood pressure to anxiety and depression. By choosing to forgive, we free ourselves from these harmful effects, allowing ourselves to experience greater peace, joy, and well-being. Moreover, kindness and forgiveness contribute to a cycle of positive energy in our relationships and in the world. When we act with kindness and forgive others, we inspire those around us to do the same. Our actions create a ripple effect, spreading compassion and understanding outward. In this way, kindness and forgiveness are not just personal virtues, they are collective forces for healing and connection. Ultimately, kindness is a mirror of forgiveness because both require us to see beyond the surface of our immediate emotions and reactions. They ask us to look deeper, to see the humanity in ourselves and others, and to choose love over fear, connection over separation, and healing over harm. When we practice kindness and forgiveness, we embrace the fullness of our human experience, recognizing that we all have the capacity to hurt and to heal, to make mistakes and to grow, to suffer and to find peace. Kindness reflects back to us the truth that forgiveness is not just an act of letting go, it is an act of love, both for ourselves and for others. It is a gift that frees us from the chains of the past and opens the door to a future filled with compassion, understanding, and grace. Kindness is a powerful force that not only affects the people around you, but also has a profound impact on your own energy. When you engage in acts of kindness, whether small or grand, you elevate your emotional, mental, and even physical energy. Kindness is not just a moral virtue, it's a way to tap into a higher frequency of positivity, love, and connection. It uplifts your spirit, renews your sense of purpose, and enhances your well-being. In this way, kindness has the unique ability to transform both your inner state and your outward experience of the world. The relationship between kindness and energy is rooted in the principle that the energy you put out into the world is the energy you receive. When you act with kindness, you generate positive energy that reverberates through your interactions, your mindset, and your emotional state. This energy not only affects those around you, creating a ripple effect of goodwill and compassion, but it also returns to you, amplifying your sense of vitality, joy, and inner peace. One of the most immediate ways kindness elevates your energy is through the release of feel-good chemicals in the brain. When you perform an act of kindness, whether it's smiling at a stranger, offering a helping hand, or expressing gratitude, your brain releases oxytocin. Often referred to as the love hormone, oxytocin is associated with feelings of happiness, warmth, and connection. It reduces stress levels, lowers blood pressure, and promotes a sense of calm and relaxation. This biochemical response not only makes you feel good in the moment, but also contributes to a long-lasting sense of well-being. In addition to oxytocin, acts of kindness also trigger the release of dopamine, the reward hormone which is linked to pleasure and satisfaction. This natural high, often referred to as the helper's high, reinforces the positive feelings associated with kindness, encouraging you to continue engaging in compassionate behaviors. By regularly practicing kindness, you create a cycle of positivity that continuously uplifts your mood and energy levels. In this sense, kindness is self-reinforcing. The more you practice it, the better you feel, and the better you feel, the more you are inclined to be kind. Beyond its immediate emotional and physiological benefits, kindness also elevates your energy by shifting your focus from yourself to others. When you engage in acts of kindness, you are actively stepping out of the confines of your own worries, anxieties, or stressors. This shift in focus can be incredibly liberating. It allows you to see beyond your own challenges and connect with the broader human experience. By focusing on how you can help uplift or support others, you cultivate a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. You begin to see the world as a place filled with opportunities for connection and contribution, rather than a place filled with obstacles and challenges. This outward focus not only elevates your emotional energy, but also your mental energy. When you are kind to others, you create positive mental patterns that promote resilience, optimism, and a sense of purpose. Kindness helps to quiet the inner critic, that voice that often tells you that you're not doing enough or that life is too difficult. Instead of being consumed by negative self-talk, kindness opens up a space for self-compassion and gratitude. You begin to recognize that you have the power to make a difference, no matter how small, and this realization fuels a deeper sense of meaning and fulfillment. Moreover, kindness elevates your energy by fostering deeper connections with others. Human beings are wired for connection. We thrive when we feel understood, valued, and supported by others. Acts of kindness strengthen these bonds, creating a sense of belonging and community. When you are kind to others, you create an energetic exchange that is mutually beneficial. Your kindness uplifts those around you, and in turn you are uplifted by their gratitude, warmth, and reciprocation. This creates a positive feedback loop of energy that enhances your overall sense of well-being and connectedness. Kindness also has the power to elevate your energy by reducing negative emotions such as anger, resentment, and frustration. These emotions drain your energy and cloud your perspective, making it difficult to see the good in the world or in others. Kindness, on the other hand, opens your heart and mind to compassion and understanding. When you choose to respond with kindness, especially in difficult situations, you break the cycle of negativity. Instead of reacting with anger or bitterness, you diffuse tension and create space for healing and resolution. This not only preserves your emotional energy, but also fosters a sense of inner peace and balance. Another way kindness elevates your energy is by aligning you with your higher self. Kindness is a reflection of the best version of yourself, the version that is compassionate, patient, understanding, and loving. When you act with kindness, you are living in alignment with your core values and higher purpose. This alignment creates a sense of harmony within you as your actions are congruent with your deepest beliefs about what it means to be a good person. This sense of alignment fuels your energy as you are no longer in conflict with yourself. Instead, you are acting from a place of authenticity and integrity, which elevates your overall sense of self-worth and empowerment. Kindness also enhances your spiritual energy. Many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of kindness as a path to enlightenment, inner peace, or connection with the divine. Whether you see kindness as a moral duty, a spiritual practice, or simply a way to live a fulfilling life, it elevates your spirit by bringing you closer to something greater than yourself. Kindness allows you to transcend the ego, which is often focused on self-interest and protection, and connect with the higher purpose of service to others. This connection to a greater purpose infuses your life with meaning, elevating your energy to a higher frequency of love, compassion, and joy. On a practical level, kindness also elevates your energy by improving your overall health. The stress-reducing effects of kindness not only enhance your emotional well-being, but also have tangible benefits for your physical health. Reduced stress means lower levels of cortisol, the stress hormone that, when elevated, can lead to a host of health problems such as heart disease, weakened immune function, and digestive issues. By practicing kindness, you are actively reducing your stress levels, which in turn improves your physical health and boosts your energy. In conclusion, kindness is a powerful and transformative force that elevates your energy in profound ways. It enhances your emotional, mental, and physical well-being by fostering positive feelings, reducing stress, and creating meaningful connections with others. By practicing kindness, you not only uplift those around you, but also experience a deep sense of inner peace, joy, and vitality. Kindness aligns you with your higher self and your greater purpose, fueling your energy and infusing your life with meaning. Ultimately, kindness is a choice that not only benefits others, but also elevates your own energy, making the world a brighter, more compassionate place for everyone. Kindness is a gift, not only to the individuals we directly interact with, but to the entire world. It is a simple, yet powerful force that has the potential to transform lives, communities, and even societies. Kindness is an offering that transcends cultural, religious, or social boundaries, carrying with it the universal message that compassion and empathy are essential elements of the human experience. When we practice kindness, we contribute to the collective well-being of the world, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond the initial act. One of the most beautiful aspects of kindness is that it is accessible to everyone, regardless of their circumstances. It does not require wealth, status, or special skills, just a willingness to care. Each person has the capacity to be kind, and in doing so, they enrich the world around them. A simple smile, a word of encouragement, or a small act of generosity can brighten someone's day, lift their spirits, and remind them that they are not alone in their struggles. Kindness, in its essence, is a form of giving, but it is a gift that costs nothing. It is a gift that can be shared freely and abundantly, with no limits on how much or how often it can be given. What makes kindness such a profound gift to the world is that it is contagious. Acts of kindness often inspire others to follow suit, creating a chain reaction of goodness. When people witness or experience kindness, it reminds them of their own capacity for compassion. It softens the heart and opens the mind, encouraging more empathetic and considerate behavior. In this way, a single act of kindness can grow exponentially, touching the lives of people far beyond the original recipient. This ripple effect has the power to change communities, fostering a culture of kindness where people feel supported, valued, and connected. The transformative power of kindness can be seen in how it affects relationships, both personal and societal. On a personal level, kindness strengthens bonds between individuals, creating deeper connections built on trust, respect, and mutual understanding. In families, friendships, and workplaces, kindness fosters an environment of cooperation and support. It allows people to feel safe and appreciated, which in turn encourages more open communication and collaboration. When kindness is the foundation of a relationship, conflicts can be resolved more easily, as people are more inclined to listen to one another with empathy and seek solutions that are fair and compassionate. On a societal level, kindness has the potential to heal divisions and bring people together. In a world that often seems divided by differences in race, religion, politics, and socioeconomic status, kindness offers a way to bridge these gaps. It reminds us that despite our differences, we all share the same basic need for love, respect, and connection. When we act with kindness toward others, especially those who are different from us, we create a sense of unity and shared humanity. This is particularly important in times of social unrest or conflict, where kindness can serve as a powerful antidote to fear, hatred, and prejudice. Kindness is also a gift to the world because it has the power to uplift those who are struggling. In moments of hardship, whether it's financial difficulty, illness, or emotional distress, acts of kindness can provide much-needed support and comfort. When people are kind to those who are suffering, they offer more than just material assistance, they offer hope. They remind the recipient that they are not forgotten, that there is goodness in the world, and that they are deserving of care and compassion. This can make all the difference for someone who is feeling overwhelmed or alone in their struggles. Moreover, kindness can inspire resilience in the face of adversity. When people experience kindness during tough times, it gives them the strength to keep going. It reinforces their belief that they are capable of overcoming challenges and that they are not alone in their journey. This is why communities that are grounded in kindness tend to be more resilient in the face of crises. Whether it's a natural disaster, an economic downturn, or a public health emergency, communities that prioritize kindness are better equipped to support one another and rebuild after hardship. Kindness strengthens the social fabric, ensuring that no one is left behind during difficult times. Another reason why kindness is such a precious gift to the world is that it promotes mental and emotional well-being. Numerous studies have shown that engaging in acts of kindness can reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, both for the giver and the receiver. When we practice kindness, our bodies release feel-good hormones like oxytocin and endorphins, which enhance our mood and create a sense of happiness and fulfillment. This boost in mental well-being not only makes us feel better in the moment, but it also contributes to long-term emotional resilience. By fostering a culture of kindness, we can create communities where people feel supported and emotionally secure, reducing the overall levels of stress and mental illness in society. Kindness is also a gift to the world because it creates a positive feedback loop of energy. When we are kind, we generate positive energy that not only uplifts others, but also returns to us. This exchange of positive energy creates a cycle of goodwill that continues to grow with each act of kindness. As people feel more valued and appreciated, they are more likely to act with kindness themselves, further spreading positivity. This cycle of kindness can transform environments, turning workplaces, schools, and neighborhoods into more harmonious and supportive places where people can thrive. At a global level, kindness has the potential to foster peace and cooperation between nations. In a world where conflicts between countries often arise from misunderstanding, competition, and a lack of empathy, kindness offers a path toward greater collaboration and mutual respect. When nations prioritize kindness in their interactions by offering humanitarian aid, engaging in diplomatic dialogue, or providing support to those in need, they help to create a more peaceful and compassionate world. Kindness between nations can lead to stronger alliances, more effective problem solving, and a shared commitment to addressing global challenges such as poverty, climate change, and inequality. In the end, kindness is a gift to the world because it is a force for good in every aspect of life. It enriches relationships, uplifts communities, and fosters a sense of connection and belonging. It has the power to heal, to inspire, and to bring out the best in people. When we choose kindness, we contribute to a world that is more compassionate, more just, and more loving. It is a gift that keeps on giving, creating a legacy of goodness that can ripple out for generations. Through kindness, we each have the opportunity to make the world a better place, one act at a time.